Have you ever had a bad day at work, looked at your savings account, and realized that even if you saved every penny for the next 5 years, you still couldn't afford a down payment on a house? So instead of saving, you went online and bought a $200 pair of sneakers or a luxury bag you did not really need. If that sounds familiar, you are not just bad with money, you are doom spending. It's a term that has exploded recently, and it describes the act of spending money impulsively to cope with a sense of hopelessness about the future. But why is this happening now? Why has saving for a rainy day been replaced by spending because the world feels like it is ending? Today, we are going to look at the intersection of history, psychology, and the current economy to see why our brains are literally wired to sabotage our bank accounts in 2026. At the heart of doom spending is a psychological concept called present bias. Our brains are evolved for survival. For most of human history, if you found food, you ate it immediately because it might rot or be stolen tomorrow. In a stable economy, we train ourselves to delay that gratification to save for a house or a pension. But when the economy feels broken, when inflation is high and the big milestones feel unreachable, the future self starts to feel like a complete stranger. Your brain thinks, why save for a 65-year-old version of me who might never own a home anyway, when I can give the current version of me a hit of dopamine right now? This is compounded by financial dysmorphia. Similar to body dysmorphia, this is a distorted view of your financial health caused by social media. You aren't comparing your life to your neighbor anymore. You're comparing it to a filtered version of the top 0.1%. When you feel behind, your brain tries to fix that feeling by buying status symbols you can't actually afford. To understand the doom and doom spending, we have to look at history. This is not the first time humanity has collectively decided that saving is pointless. Let us look at Weimar Germany in 1923. They experienced hyperinflation so severe that people would be paid twice a day. They would take their wheelbarrows of cash and run to the store to buy anything like pianos, art, jewelry, not because they wanted them, but because holding on to the money was a guaranteed loss. Fast forward to the 1970s stagflation era. Prices were rising so fast that the buy it now before the price goes up mentality became the norm. The difference today is that our inflation isn't just in the price of bread, it is in the price of aspiration. When the cost of hope, the price of a home or an education, rises faster than wages, the psychological reaction is the same as it was in 1923. Spend it while it is still worth something to you. History and psychology are being weaponized by modern technology. Enter phantom debt. This is the rise of buy now, pay later services. These apps don't always show up on traditional credit reports, making it easy to feel like you aren't really spending money. The algorithm knows exactly when you are most vulnerable. It knows you've been looking at travel destinations because you're tired of your apartment. It serves you an ad for a vacation you can pay for and for easy installments. Doom spending is the ultimate fast food of finance. It fills a void of anxiety with a quick purchase, but it leaves you more financially malnourished than before. By the time the future you arrives, they are burdened by the phantom debt of a past you who was just trying to feel a little bit better for an afternoon. So how do we break the cycle? The answer isn't stop buying coffee. The answer is changing the narrative. There is a movement called loud budgeting that is gaining steam. It's the intentional act of being vocal about your financial boundaries. Instead of saying, I'm busy, you say, I am not spending money on that this month because I am prioritizing my emergency fund. It takes the shame out of saving. Another trick is to micro-invest the doom. Next time you feel the urge to doom spend $50 on an impulse, but immediately transfer $25 into a high-yield savings account or a simple index fund. You still get a hit of taking action, but you're feeding your future self instead of the algorithm. Finally, we need to redefine what a win looks like. If a house feels too big right now, don't stop saving entirely. Save for a freedom fund. 3 months of expenses that allow you to quit a job you hate. That is a tangible goal that your brain can actually visualize. Doom spending is a natural reaction to a confusing world, but it is a trap that keeps you stuck in the very cycle you are trying to escape. Understanding the history of why we do this helps us realize we are not failures. We are just human. I want to hear from you. Have you found yourself doom spending lately? What was the one purchase that made you realize your relationship with money was stressed? Let's kick off a loud budgeting chat in the comments. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Catch you next time.